Hey, how's it going? This is Kayne Frost, and today I am going to talk about impregnating a woman within the first year of knowing her. So I'm not saying that you've known her for a year. I'm saying from the time that you've met her, anywhere up to 12 months, you decide to impregnate this woman. That's what I'm talking about. And when I mean impregnate, I don't like it when I hear people say that, oh, it just happened. No, that both parties know that things just don't happen. Both of y'all were not having protected sex. So things just don't happen. It just happened is when you guys were both had protected sex, and then it just happened. That's just happening. When you guys are both not having it and then you have a kid, that is you planning on having a kid. Maybe not, maybe hoping for the best, not knowing, but no, you have it. And to me, having a kid with somebody that you don't even know for a full 12 months, on the guy's part, is one of the biggest simp moves he could ever make. If you don't know what a simp is, I mean, that's pretty much a guy who is always doing everything for the girl and being real needy and all that stuff, and just doing a lot of things that a normal guy wouldn't normally do. And that you shouldn't do that. Women are different. If they're young girls, they want to have a kid. So if you haven't known her and talked about having a kid, so you really don't know where her head's at, if she wants one or not. But sometimes when you're young females, even when they're in their teenage years, they want to have a kid, maybe because they just feel they're more grounded that way, and it brings them into adult life much quicker or something like that. But it's gonna ruin both people. It usually just doesn't work out in the long run. You get, and then you want to get married and stuff, like after you have the kid. That's all unplanned. You should be married first. You should be having a girlfriend first, then marriage, then a kid later. But on the female side, you don't know where she's at. Maybe she's in her 20s and she wants a kid. And you don't know anything about her, or maybe the clock's ticking and she's in her 30s and whatever, and she wants to have a kid. But as a guy, it's a very big simp move when you impregnate a female, because what you're saying to basically her and the world, without coming out and saying, is that she's the best thing that you've ever had, and you can't get no better. And you want to lock her down in a way. She's my girlfriend forever and all this other stuff. But you guys barely even know each other. That's what's crazy. You're gonna find out real quick. It's like crazy. It's like you're not even living together. You're not old enough or been long enough. If you've been dating for 2, 4, 6 months, you're not living together. And if you did move in that quick, it's not even gonna work out. You guys are just now getting to know each other. Now you're having a kid, and now you're gonna be, living. You can't live in two different places. I have a kid, and that just didn't work out. So if you have a kid in another she's at her own place, and you have your own place, and you have a kid, you're gonna want to be there all the time for your kid, and so it's getting together that fast and not knowing each other, and then having a kid on top of that. It just wrecks everything, and especially if the kid comes out, you're in this situation, hopefully everything works out with your kid and stuff, but sometimes the kid might come out and have special needs, or have special things that it needs to be required, and then that's going to cause havoc on everything. And if you don't know each other, you guys are going to be at each other's throats really fast, because you're just now finding out about that person. Now you have a kid and it's going to be crying. You're not, even if a couple is together, and you're supposed to, like, let's say you were together for a while, 5 years, had all your fun, and you guys went everywhere on vacations and all that stuff, then you have a kid. Because then you know who the girl is, you've known her, you slept with, all the ins and outs about her and all that stuff. But then you have a kid, because then that kid's going to come out, it's going to be, you're not going to get no sleep, it's going to be crying all the time, whose turn is it to feed him and all that stuff. And, you barely know each other, and then that situation's going to happen. Most people are going to break up. There's just no way about it. You're going to find out who the person is. You're like, what the hell, why do you even have a kid with this person? I don't like all this stuff about her. She's a bitch now and all this stuff. And she's going to look at you the same way. I didn't think you're, this type of guy. And then it's crazy, man. I see those girls all the time on social media, posting, oh, he's a deadbeat dad, he's this and that. Hey, man, it was both of y'all's fault to begin with, Basically, bottom line, he wanted to have a kid, she wanted to have a kid, and then, things didn't work out and all that other stuff. It's both of y'all's fault. But then you guys all wanted each other to feel sorry for each other through your friends. The girl wants her friends to back her up, whatever she's saying. Guy wants him to, back him up. It's dumb, and I've seen those guys too. The guys are, oh yeah, I got a kid now, and I'm gonna take care of her and all that stuff. And then he doesn't. He's a deadbeat dad, he wants to live a single life and all that stuff. And now he can't, and now he tries to distance himself from the kid, and he tries to distance himself from the woman. And, and he can't. I mean, that's your kid for life, really, but, it's going to be child support for the next 18 years. And that's going to be bad. I mean, I've been through it. I've gone all that stuff. And my situation is very, very, very different. I don't want to get into the whole situation, my part, but, the girl that I had the kid with, she's gone now. And, it's a bad thing, but, that, and she passed away when he was, a little toddler and stuff. So it's very different, but I'm just saying, I'm not getting my story, but I'm just saying, I know what I'm talking about, this kind of stuff. And it's crazy. I'm on social media and seeing this stuff, and it's becoming popular. Some of these girls are like, I'm feeling the baby vibe and all this other stuff, and they don't even, we're their friends, and then the guy who's coming into her life doesn't even know what her intentions are. And I'm sure she's gonna bring it up or hint it up or whatever to him, but if he's not careful, he's gonna have a kid. And I'm just saying, any of you guys watching this stuff, is you got to be very careful of what you get into with these women. You don't know them within the first 12 months. If anything, you shouldn't even be making a girl your girlfriend within the first 12 months. I mean, you should be having a good time and dating other people, but having her as the main number one person. You can't just throw everything away and be with this one person and then just live this happy lifestyle. It doesn't work like that. I mean, the movies and all that stuff brought us up to think this certain way, but in reality, it's not. We don't live a movie. We live real life. So I don't know. It's sad to see all this stuff, and what's the most sad about it is, like I said, it ruins both parties. And it ruins the girl, because now she's single, she's a single mom, now she's trying to raise her kid on her own, living by herself in an apartment or wherever, her house, paying her own bills, now on top of that paying for the kid, and then now another guy, it doesn't matter how hot she is, now another guy, see, the problem is, like, even if she is hot, the guy's gonna say whatever just to sleep with her. He's gonna be like, oh yeah, I can be a stepdad, and I can do this and I can do that. And the girl's gonna believe him because she wants to believe. And when he gets in there, he might do it for maybe a couple of months, but then be like, I'm out. I got other women that I could talk to that don't have a kid. And she's going to be heartbroken. And it might happen like 2 or 3 times for her until she realizes that, all the guys just want to do is sleep with her, and she's going to have to start vetting the guys a lot harder. And then that's why you see a lot of girls on dating apps saying, oh, well, that my time is fun. All my fun time is, it's all gone. I'm looking for something serious, and my little kids, my world. When they put that at the very first, my kids are my world, that means, they want you to step up. And also, you're not number one now. On top of that, that's what sucks about everything, is that guy and the girl did that very thing at the very first, and now she's going to learn her lesson. And the kids come first in every parent's life, and no matter what you do, the kid, and you got to respect that the kid should be number one in her life, but you are not going to be priority in her life. And that's if you're single and you don't have kids and you're with this girl, this is why you're going to want to leave. You're going to want to be with somebody who doesn't have kids, because you're going to want to be number one. Everything for guy's sake. What if the guy is in the picture? I've heard of some situation where the stepdad's really cool and they get along, all that stuff. That's rare. Most of the times, usually it's those guys. The guy that got with the new girl, or the girl that got with the new guy, he already has a kid, so he knows how to deal with the situation with step parents and all that stuff. But usually it's not a good thing. And so this guy's now having to deal with a stepdad, and then because that guy could be like, oh, who you dating now? The real dad telling the girl who has a kid, he's like, oh, who you dating now? And they get all pissed off and they want to get involved in everything, and it usually it's a headache all around, because you're trying to move forward while this other guy's trying to he's still in her life just because of the kid. And they're always going to be fighting on the phone, and sometimes you can't talk. She doesn't want to talk about it, or she has to go in another room or whatever, to yell or to keep quiet. And it's all messed up, even sometimes when she's looking for something, like if you guys are going through a hard time, you and her, and she's feeling a little lonely or whatever, she can always call that guy up and just have a quickie with that guy. What I'm saying? If they're still on good terms, and he's not going to tell you, she's not going to tell you, and they're going to keep it. That's what's bad about everything. There's so many things that can go wrong. With dating a girl with a kid, where you're having a baby with the kid within the first 12 months. It's bad. And I'm just trying to tell anybody who's watching this, if you're a guy and you don't have a kid, don't try to make it and go out to have a kid, because it's not everything you think it's going to be. It's not going to be this perfect life, especially within 12 months. You don't even know the person. Now you're going to have a kid, and the kid's going to be crying and stuff all the time, waking guys up. And, if you're not living there, you're going to somehow have to find a way. What if she's living at her parents' house? Who knows? What are you going to be doing? How are you going to be involved in the whole situation? You sleep on the couch? You going to tell her to move in with you? Now you have a kid, and that just throws everything so fast. And now you're trying to pick up so much so fast, and usually it's not going to work out. It is not going to work out. So if I don't know, just don't do that, man. Don't try to rush things. If the chick's hot, awesome. And I hope everything works out. But don't rush into trying to lock her down having a kid, because that's 50-50 on it may or may not work out. And then now you have a quarter or half of your paycheck going out for the next 18 years. All that money is going towards the kid. And whatever the court says and all that stuff, that girl needs that money. She really does. Don't think, if you make a good amount of money and she gets a good chunk of it, to enough to pay her apartment and stuff, she really does need that money. I've been in that situation. She needs that money, whatever the courts decide. Now, if you're making a couple of million and she's taking out a quarter of that, $250,000, maybe she doesn't need that, but the courts will offer, they'll actually grant her that. And hey, that's what some girls actually do. They look for guys who are doctors and all that stuff, and try to get the money. They try to hook up with the guy just so they can get the money that way. It's bad. I've heard of really bad situations where people. I've heard of one time a girl did that to this guy. He was a doctor making really good money, and she had a kid with him, and then they didn't work out, obviously, really fast. And so the guy was upset that he was getting all this money, so he quit his medical career as a doctor and was making like minimum wage, and man, he just to piss that girl off, because he didn't want her making all that money for nothing, and that's what you don't want to do. You don't want to rush things, find out later, what this whole intention. If you can go out and have fun, and go on your trips and get all that partying out between you guys, have all that fun, and then you want to have a kid because you know her pretty much well, then yeah, sure. But even though that you have a kid with her, you guys got married and have a kid, even those things can go bad. But at least you know her pretty well enough. You're not just jumping into nothing and then just trying to sort things out while they're coming along. So if you want to be a dad, that's great, man. I really appreciate that. I'm a father, so that's awesome. But just don't jump into it so fast. There's plenty of time to be a dad. If you're a guy, you really can be a dad all the way up to you're like 60. You won't probably live long enough for the kid. If you live to be 80 and the kid turns at least 20, you see him go through college or begin college or something. But you have your whole life to have a kid. If the woman wants a kid right away and stuff like that should be a red flag. Why does she want a kid so fast? What's going on there? You gotta read into these situations. Now if you're having protected sex and the girl does some stuff with your condom and stuff, and that's different. You tried and things happen, and now you got to deal with it. That's the way my situation went. It was just like you have to be able to deal with whatever's in front of you, and there's always a lot of challenges that are thrown at you throughout your life. But don't make something out of nothing. If it's not there, don't try to lock this chick down just because you want to have a kid with her and you think that's the best way to lock her down. That's a simp move. A simp move like no other. There's plenty of people out there that that have that are in their 30s and 40s and 50s that have never had kids, and some even go out and get vasectomies where they can't even create the sperm to even get a chick pregnant. Even then, I've heard of a girl was sleeping with this guy, and she was like saying, "Oh, I'm pregnant," to the guy, and the guy was like, "Yeah, right." He's like, it can't be mine. He didn't say he had a vasectomy, but she was trying to get money from him. She was like, "No, I'm scared, and I need money, and I need to get an abortion and stuff like that." And she was trying to get money from him, and he just he called her out on it. So you never know what the intentions are behind somebody that you don't know. So this video is about just watch your ass about all this stuff. Having a kid with the right girl at the right time is awesome. Having a kid just to lock some chick down because she looks hot, only to find out later, this chick could be the worst mistake of your life. And ask a lot of single dads how they feel about not about their kid, but about the woman who they had a kid with. And I'd say most of the time, it is not good. Yeah, they love their kid, that's the creation, so that's awesome. But other than that, man, it can be bad. So, it's crazy. I look at the social media and I see these chicks and I see the babies and stuff coming out, whatever, and I'm like, yeah, you have no idea what's going to happen coming up for the both of you. Yeah, it's all fun. You know, we're having a kid. We don't know each other. Yay. Right. No. It's, you want it to be like that. Oh, the movies. No. Yeah. Kid's crying, you know. Kid could be colic, which means the kid, he can't take the mother's breast milk, you know. And, you know, it's bad for them. Or, you know, it's always something like that. The mom will have something, you know, and she can't feed him, whatever. And then the kid can't take regular formula. He has to take special colic, you know, whatever formula. And those are like way expensive. And then you don't know, and you got to take them. Things can go on and on. The kid could be extra crying. Kid could be have separation anxiety, all kinds of stuff. You don't know, and it's not, you know, nothing on your fault. That's just kind of God's will and everything. But finding all that out and going through all that stress is stressful, very much stressful. No, like I said, you don't know somebody and going through all that stress. There's going to be a lot of butting heads and a lot of fighting going on and a lot of arguing, where, you know, you're going to kick her out, or her mom and her or her dad or whatever are going to tell you to leave, that you know, don't come over to the house, you know, and you might have to file court orders just to see your kid on visitation and all that. There's so many things you don't know if you've never had a kid, what all could go wrong. But you're just now an open wallet for your kid and her for the rest of your life if things don't work out. And that's all you need to know. You know, if you found this video and it's already too late, you know, that sucks, man. I wish you well. I wish you could have found this a lot sooner. Just don't do it. You know, wait and chill out, relax, have fun, and yeah, meet the girl that you like and keep around and get to know her very well. See if that's the girl that you really want her to be raising your kid. And you won't know it within the first 12 months. You just won't. And if it happens, man, damn, I feel for you, brother. I really do. All right, man, so that's it. This is my thing. I see this on social media, and I just have to talk about this stuff, you know. Yeah, wait it out. All right, anyways, man, you like this video, yeah, go ahead and hit a like and click the subscribe button, and I will talk to you later. Until then, rock on. Peace.